got it going on in here. Drop that off, sir.
Daddy, is that you? Open the door, son.
Just let that boy breathe.
I'm not gonna lose my race.
You know what, bro? You grown.
Black Dad Cast.
Stop, bro. I be feeling like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We're live.
Yeah. And then nigga was shaking in his boots, you know what I'm saying? That first one, both was like, yeah, we just gonna record.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Wait a minute, brother. What you doing?
Now we season vets, man.
You know what I'm saying? Knee deep in this game. You feel me?
Yeah.
We back, man. Episode, what is this? 9? Season 2? We running through them, man. All I got to say is he's guilty.
All street times.
Man.
Put some
The
respect
Black Dad Cast is back, man. Once again, man, thank you guys for tuning in and supporting us, man. We really appreciate y'all. However you watching them, listening to them, whatever your choice is, we really do appreciate you guys. Man.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna jump right into it, man. It's been hot right now. The streets is hot, man. It's a lot going on, man. But before we get to the news, man, we got to talk about some dad updates, man. What y'all got going on? What you got, Bowden?
Oh man, Camden started daycare this week, and that's been interesting.
Well, I think he be mugging everybody in there.
Bruh, boy, they say he's a sweetheart. So I was like, okay, he ain't went off on nobody yet. He just trying to get acclimated, you know.
Yeah.
When Caleb first started school, he was the toy kingpin. Like, he was hoarding all the toys and then handing them out one at a time to people. Like, you play with this one. I was like, okay. See what, he took my speech a little bit to heart because I told him, I said, Caleb, it's like jail. You got to go in there and demand your respect. And I guess,
why did you tell him that, bro?
You must be watching Scared Straight or something, man.
Bro,
I don't know.
I said, Caleb, you got to go in there. You got to demand your respect. He was small for a 1-year-old. All the little kids was big, and I was like, okay, well, you got to go in there and do something. And he did it. And even to this day, when I drive Caleb out, Caleb Bowden, like they love him.
And say his whole name like John Wesley, huh?
Exactly. They say Caleb Bowden. But yeah, so Camden's in school, man, and I think the biggest thing that really just hurt me the most is paying for it. God damn. Listen.
Two of them things.
Listen, let me put this GoFundMe up. Listen, everybody's listening. You know what I'm saying? We're now in poverty. Listen, please, if you have a heart, cue the 39 cents a day music. And then I'm gonna be standing on the corner with a bucket. Hey, on the cool OnlyFans about to be popping. Listen,
yeah.
Subscribe for your boy, $9.99 a month. I give you good content. It's going
What's
down.
the content gonna be? What's it gonna be? Dog?
I don't know yet. It depends.
When they gonna be on that showing feet?
On there, the toes, flicking the toes. You got to do the big toes.
Open up another business. You buy, we fry.
Whatever's selling right now, I need to open that up because listen, two kids and daycare. Like my mortgage, I'd rather pay my mortgage at this point.
Man,
yeah, that's. I don't know why they do that to people, bro. That is. And people want us to have some more. They be like, "Are you done having kids?" Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm done.
Unless you sponsoring, that's it. That's a wrap.
That's it, bro.
Unless I hit the lotto, looking 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 kids,
bro.
You can get that, Jack.
Them days is over.
That's a tragedy, bro. We talking double.
Yeah, them days. Yeah, them days is definitely done.
Them days over. You hear somebody say they got 6 kids, you be about to cuss them out.
Be like, man, what you got 6?
My grandmother had 11 children, dog.
Yeah, but I bet a quarter went a long way back then.
No, bro. So like that dude, the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
$11. I can't never come home with 11 kids. I'm here working all day, every day.
11 kids, bro.
bro.
But that's the real reason. That's the real reason Papa stopped being Rolling Stone, because you can't have separate families no more, bro. Them families too expensive.
It's just too expensive, dog. You hustling backwards.
My great grandfather and Medea. So Big Daddy and Medea, my grandfather's one of 23 kids, right? So,
oh my goodness, that's the most I ever heard. Bro.
But Medea had 17, and then Big Daddy had 6 more that we know of. You know what I'm saying? He was all the way in South Texas. But they lived off the land. They were sharecropping, so of course they needed them kids to work the land.
Oh,
but I tell you what,
he had a plan then. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Well, they was out there shooting reckless. Wasn't no birth control, wasn't no condoms. He was out there pow. You know what I'm saying? Quickest draw in the South.
Oh, bro.
But nowadays, bro, if you was to even attempt to have more than, I don't know, 4 or 5 kids working a regular job, bro, 6 figures don't take you nowhere nowadays.
No. You gotta put them in daycare. You really out of there, bro.
To spend your newborn too,
man.
6 figures. I mean, when you looking at rent, mortgage, kids, expenses, car note, if you have one, you know what I mean? Like everyday expenses, bro, 6 figures don't take you nowhere.
Well, I'm about to be
bro. You got think about that. 23 kids. How the hell was they getting around, bro? A 15-passenger van. Don't even get you nowhere.
They walking down that dirt road. They wasn't going
to say,
nowadays, like imagine somebody having 23 kids today. They can't get up the road, bro. That's ridiculous.
You're going to have to get you a bus. You got to rent a bus, bro.
Them niggas will be at home all the time.
I'm going to the bus barn to get a bus, dog.
You imagine dropping them off at the bus stop? They take up the whole bus.
Yeah.
Now that is literally a basketball team and then some, bro.
That's a football
team. Offensive.
I'm about to say you feel it. Yeah, then you putting the whole 22 on the field and you got one
as reserve. All-time QB on there.
Yeah, that's bad.
On the cool dude, you know what I thought about? And this is like irrational of mine. John, you remember my mom used to have that big red minivan, right?
Uh-huh.
Big red. It was a Chevy Venture. Bro, we used to do all kinds of stuff in that minivan. Nick and
you put it in park and it still be be rolling.
We feel around the neighborhood. Yeah.
Hey,
you remember on Friday that boy had the shoe out the car?
Yeah, nigga.
Bro, we get out throwing eggs, the car never stop moving. We jump back in the car, ghost ride the whip. That was all this. Right,
bro.
So
this is my life. Yeah.
I have this like irrational, I don't know, not a fear, but like avoidance, right? So I feel like 3 kids equals a minivan. And I will never, ever, ever, ever purchase a minivan. So that in itself is keeping me from a 3rd child.
Man, I see the tweet talking about, man, somebody just ain't gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna be in the crib, bro. Somebody gonna be in the crib because I'm drawing straws, man.
Paper, rock, scissors, dog. Somebody ain't going.
Somebody ain't going because I ain't getting no minivan, bro. That's it. We got the SUV with the 3rd row, but if you can't fit back there, you can't fit back there.
You can't go.
You know what I'm
saying? You can't go, man.
I can't see myself pulling up in a minivan either.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to park in the back of the parking lot.
It's gonna be a Tahoe Suburban.
It's gonna be 5% tint all around, bro. Ain't nobody gonna see me in that.
You'll never see me in a minivan, dog.
Bro. I didn't like being seen in it as a kid. I'd be like, "Mama, drop me off at the corner."
You gotta walk 6 minutes to school. I'll be all right.
All the kids, all them siblings you got, y'all need a minivan,
bro.
Oh y'all.
Oh, y'all.
Well, they was getting out too, playing basketball 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of us, man. There's a lot of us in the house, man. It's survival of the fittest, man.
Man. Get outside, get some peace and quiet. That wasn't the boating
household, bro.
It was never there.
I mean, John's house to get peace and quiet. I was riding the bus to his crib.
Give me a little nap over here, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You was a dad before you was a dad for real. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
These kids working my nerve.
It did go down, man. Ryan, what you got though? How the babysitting? How the potty training doing? Should I say?
Dog, ain't nothing changed. Another week, another L, dog. It's help, nigga, help me, bro, please.
Oh man,
Hey, well, we found the watch. You know what I'm saying? So now
he hid the watch.
Nah, I think it was like it got in the bottom of his backpack, bro. I don't know. Because now it's like you hear Nook. I told you to go off. So I'm like, man, you hear something? Oh, they're gonna watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just out of nowhere.
Right. It's like perfect time, and just watch just went out. Like, okay, they go to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But yeah, we still losing the war there.
Yeah.
Y'all continue to pray for us over here. You know what I'm saying?
But shut in list.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Keep us on there. But now man, he kind of like talking back.
Oh yeah.
So he came and so like when we get him home, like whether I pick him up, Tiana pick him up, like, you know, he come in, I want Nana. I want Cookie. I want old fish. He don't say goldfish. He say old fish. I want old fish. I want old fish. So we'll give it to him, whatever. And then he come right back like one of the Gross sisters. You know what I'm saying? But it's over with, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, like I just gave you some old fish, like it's over with. No, old fish. Look, bro. If you don't get out of my face and go sit down somewhere, dog, like he scrunched his face up in there. Like, old fish. No, like, man, look, dog.
Like, you work for me. What
you feel me? This ain't no buffet, bro. Yeah. But yeah, he in that talking back phase. Obviously, like, you know, all you catch is like the last two words, so he ain't really saying them, but you know he talking shit. It's like, say, dog, you gonna have to break it down.
you don't know me. Like, you feel me? You only know me for 2 years.
You don't really know me for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it's another layer to my kid, and I'm like, man, is this like a part of the stage? Like, is this where we are? Like, does this happen with Baylor, bro? Like, he talking back to you?
Man.
At 2?
Yeah.
Was Caleb talking back to you at 2, bro?
Yes, yeah, Caleb's still trying to talk back. I be having to yoke him up a little bit
now, bro. Like, yeah, it's bad over here,
man. Man, look, it's like all I can say is, hey, man, I said no. I mean, he's still scratching his face up. So it's like, at what point he's like, all right, dog, I guess you ain't really hearing me for real. Yoke up season. I ain't got there yet, but like he just now started this, and I'm like, where did you get this from? You know what I'm saying? I guess it's the evolution of a kid, but it's different over here, bro. We losing the war, and you talking back? Come on, dog. About to put you on the street.
Bad, dog.
Yeah, I had to. I be having to make sure that Caleb listen to Whitley, because, you know, I give him the boom, the voice of God.
Yeah,
and I've, like, Whitley's more passionate, caring, and soft. Me, I had to run up on Caleb like on some run up, yoke up in the sky, like, look me in my eyes, see the fear of God.
And I mean, his eyes is like saucers, boy.
Boy, you know he already got big eyes, boy. Them things was like here. He looked like E.T., boy. He was looking at me like, this may be it for me. I had to yoke him up. Caleb,
I was just playing.
Yeah, so, you know, he know when I put that voice on, he better get it together, because like, otherwise.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of like slipping and sliding, but now it's like it's time to get back right. And I just kind of like reserve it for like special occasions. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tiana most of the time, like, do what she need to do to keep him in line. But then you got some of them like moments where he just kind of be like playing around. Like, we told him, like, all right, go get in the bed. And then he like looking, he rolling his eyes and all that stuff. Like, all right, bro. Then when I got to come up behind him, or like when he running away, like, you know, pouting and stuff, and then he turn around like, oh, I didn't expect to see you right there. Like, yeah, bro, please.
Get that boy with that macho man.
Brother. You feel me? So then he's like, oh, okay, all right, I'm playing. You know,
Yeah.
I might act up a little later on, but right now, like, I'm chilling. So
I'm just playing.
2 years old now.
You know, they always tell everybody the terrible 2, and you know, oh, it get better at 3, oh, it get better at 4. No, it gets worse as the years go on, bro. Like right now, like my wife's not the, you know, nurturing, caring. Well, she's nurturing. Let me take that back. But she's not like the soft spoken one. She gonna whoop my son, and I was reserving myself. Like, okay, let me try my best not to whoop him because I want him to have a healthy balance. But now, man, I'm just. I've been whooping him almost every other day now. It just, here's what I will say. What I love the most is his self-sufficient self, bro. Like, he has really, like, he amazes me every time I like, try to ask him to do something. If he don't know how to do it, he gonna try his best to figure it out. So the other day, he came and I want a snack, Daddy. I say, listen, man, I'm not finna get up and get you no snack. You want a snack? Go in there and get you one. He opened the pantry. He climbed up. He found some cheesy crackers. He got them down, sat down, ate them. I said, okay. So he said, Dad, I'm hungry again. I said, listen, man, you just ate that. Let your stomach settle, okay? You get on the urge right now.
All right, now.
If you want some, go get some grapes and strawberries. Man, before I knew it, he was climbing up the counter, opened the pantry, got a bowl, opened the refrigerator, counted out 7 grapes and 2 strawberries. Ran out and ate. I said, now this I can get with.
You're independent, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I can get with. But
just check in first. Yeah.
Oh man, bro, it's at an all-time high right now. He has like now is so my son knows how to work the TV. We have a Fire Stick in his room. He has the Fire Stick with him. He knows how to put stuff on. I finally had to put the parental controls on. I thought I would never have to do it, but he done bought a couple movies on me and snuck me. So
Nah.
I ain't order this.
Hey, you lucky it was a kid stuff. That boy could have hit you with that James Bondage 3 on. What is Ebony Butts and Bars? What? I don't think Black Girlfriends. Jay would have had some questions.
Woo, man,
you behind pornography on my TV?
Not John getting charged up. I hold what you I know to get it for free. What you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's boy with me,
oh, Lord, y'all are funny, dog. Oh.
He gave me for $30 the other day on Ryan the Last Dragon. So yeah, that was the last straw. Then I was like, all right, man.
The Last Dragon was the last straw, huh?
Yeah, that was it for me. I said,
30 piece.
But like he, you know, when he watches it, you know, he got the remote, and the remote is in the bed with him. It's a black remote, so he loses it every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah,
and he's hollering from his room in my room, Daddy, I can't find my remote. I said, look for it, son. I can't find it. Get up and come find it. Hold on. Who you talking to? Hold on. Whoa. First off, don't tell me just to get up and find something that you lost. That's what we doing right now.
You work for me.
Don't forget who's boss around here, man. He said it like 5 or 6 times. You know, I like got up and ran over in that room so fast, he didn't even know I was in there, bro. He had one of them scared straight looks where he was just like, his bottom lip was shaking. He was, no, Daddy, no.
Oh, yeah. Nigga, here now.
I'm over here now. So I was like, I'm sick of that, man. So I bought like a remote sleeve that go around.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a glow in the dark one. I said, all right, cool. Put that on.
That's very resourceful, man.
Yeah. So I was like, all right,
shout out to you.
You're gonna see that. It's lime green too. Yeah, there you go. Before you peel that cover back, you should be able to see that.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I need to do that for Whitley, cause
for me. You feel me?
I got it, bro. Yeah, I put
I'm
that
get on
thing
Amazon as soon as we get off of here.
I took him right in the closet. I say, look, we close the door. I put that thing on. I say, look, it glow in the dark. Don't tell me you can't find this remote no more. I don't want to hear that. Don't call me from my room. Don't say nothing to me.
Don't talk to me.
You sound like Eddie on life. Just don't say nothing to me.
Don't say nothing to me. When you ain't that bad, it's it. It's over. These kids will work your nerves.
Bernie say these kids will kill you. They ain't gonna kill me.
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill them.
You got me sweating though. If I take this hat off, man.
No, it's hot, bro. Y'all got me crying, dog.
Bro.
Y'all know my son is the talk back king. He, like,
ooh,
I
man.
gotta get in the tub right now. Let's go get in the tub. But what I'm gonna eat for dinner?
Oh man! Now my wife gonna be like, "Well, you laugh so loud, man. These niggas is funny, man. What you want? What you want me to do?"
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I know how you feel, John. Because anytime we get ready to go somewhere, where we going?
All the time, bro.
Like, are you paying? Are you driving? What is
Let me ask you this: do he remember places now? Like, if he pull up somewhere, he know. Listen, I can't go nowhere, bro. If I ever wanted to step out or do something stupid, my son would be like, Daddy, where we at? Bro, he'll be quick. This nigga be quick. Like, where we at? What we doing? You know exactly where we go, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he know, like, it's like he know the route now. They were Walmart. I'm like,
exactly.
In the Walmart parking lot, how do you know we going to Walmart?
soon as we pass by the store, I want to go to the store. Do you have money? Yes. Where, Caleb? You ain't got no money.
This piggy bank. That piggy bank is at home, son. Okay.
Do y'all wives keep the piggy bank honest for the kids, or do they like, this for me to take care of?
Nah,
like to keep it honest.
Yeah, we got a whole, and we don't have like a physical, tangible piggy bank. We got like his own account that we put.
Yeah.
So we.
So look, check this. We didn't open up an account for our son until maybe about 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we was keeping all this money in his piggy bank. Now there were some things like for birthday gifts and stuff, like we would use that money for clothes or whatever. Like it would be for him. We never used it for a bill or anything like that. But majority of the money that he always had got, we always just put it in his piggy bank. So we went to the bank. I was like, man, we're gonna put this money in the piggy bank. I was like, it's getting a little heavy. Let me empty it out. So they got a machine at the bank where you put the money in, the coins. I was like, okay, he got $50-something in coins. Cool. But I was struggling getting the coins out because it was money in there. So I'm trying to pull the money out, bro. I'm pulling money out, right? I counted $675 of cash. Yes, cash. And then he had the $40-something, and so we rounded. We paid the difference so it to be like an even 1,000. So I was like, cool, put that in there. That just be a start for him. We'll put more money in, of course, as we go. But I was like, dang, we really like let him hold his bread. You know what I'm saying? Like we take his money. You know what I'm saying? It was other people. Like we know, my wife has a friend that's Arabic. So she went over to her country some years back and brought him some Arabic money back. That was in there. Some Canadian money. I think a peso or so was in there, something like that. So I was like, okay, he got his little stuff. My wife had an old $100 bill and she wrote on it, your first $100, love Bobby. And that was in there too. So I was like,
that's real,
man.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Now I started thinking about it. I'm like, we really got a little memory in here. So
yeah,
that was a good feeling. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
So
and then, like, real quick, hold on, just to wrap that up, you are showing him early. Hold on to your bread. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's the piggy bank right here. Once it go in there, it don't come out. So it's just, little subtle teachings, dog, that he gonna hold on to. Like, I remember I had my piggy bank, so he got the concept down already. So it's tight.
Yeah. And I think that's important. Like a good segue, talk about setting our kids up for financial success, right? Like important things like savings accounts, 529 plans, things that'll allow them to a little investment vehicle. So when they get to that certain age, they can make that choice on what they need to do with their money. Part of that comes from saving. That's one aspect of it. And then when they get a little bit older, you teach them like the relationship they should have with money, how you use money, if you get to a certain point, not to hoard it, how to make it work for you, that type of thing. And so those are important lessons, man. But yeah, I'm glad we all got the savings. Everybody else out there is listening. If you don't have a savings account for your child or a 529 plan, call your bank, get one set up. Even if you're putting in
$25, $50 a check, just something.
All that add up. All of it add up.
$20 a check. You thinking, let's say you put $10 a check, you get paid every week. That's 52 weeks out the year. That's $520.
Exactly.
10 years, you got, $5,200 that's just saved up. Just for them. Just, by the time they get ready to go to prom,
you got your got your little soup and a bless your game real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
let me ask y'all this. How far, in life do you and your wife talk about y'all kids? Like I can't wait till my son does this or that. Like, how far along have you went?
Oh, to the point. Yeah, go ahead.
To the point to where they put me in the old folks home.
Oh, you went that far. Okay.
Listen, I tell Whitley all the time. I say, well, yeah, that's what my road in, because they gonna take care of mama, but daddy gonna have to go stay somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah, it's the same. We both went all the way out, and I definitely like, man, I'm just trying to make sure, if you're gonna put me in a home, put me in the right one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, put me in the one with the nice nurses, the good looking nurses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Truthfully, I want them to put me in a home. I don't want to be a burden on their life, man. At least I have somebody there that can take care of me, and that's their responsibility.
Man.
Versus kind of being a burden on them. And that's a tough thing to really think about as, as the adult, as the parent. Because I don't want my kid life to go on pause because dad getting old. You know what I'm saying? I want him to still enjoy life, still come check on me and see me, but I don't want him to feel like I gotta make sure I'm taking care of dad.
Right. That's the thing, man. Like I be thinking about that, like what does that look like for me? I'm talking about even with my parent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mom. What would that look like? So that is crazy. I do be thinking about that. Like, if that
and then you also think on the other side too, like, think about it. We all been on our own since we were 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So to have to go live with your kid under restrictions and rules and stuff, a little piece of your independence is being taken away.
Yeah.
And I seen that with my grandparents when they moved from Tennessee to Texas and they were staying with their daughter, my aunt. Like, my grandmother was feeling crowded. She's always lived on her own since she was 16, 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, so think about that. She's 82. We're talking about 60 years of being on her own. You know what I'm saying? 50 years, something like that.
That's 70.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
you're thinking about that and you're like, dang, like she having to go from that to like being under somebody's roof, like sharing a kitchen and not being able to do stuff when you want to do it, how you want to do it. So like, the situation played out the way it played out and they ended up getting their own place and she's happy now. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing, so she feels like, hey, we can do this over here. We'll be all right. We'll be safe, especially when it comes to COVID things and stuff. And they have home health care people coming in, helping them with my grandfather. And, it's just kind of like, I tend to think about that. Like, it's two sides to it. So you got to really think, not just for yourself, but for the other person too. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't thought that far. I never, I think the furthest I went was like his wedding day. Like, if he got married, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I wonder what that would be like. Because, they always have the what is it? The son-mother dance or whatever. I was like, I hope my son think he cool enough to have a dance with his dad or something. Like, I can just think about dumb stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jump and hit the kid and play.
Like that. Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, man, come on, son, let's get down one time with your boy, man.
You sound old. Let's get down.
Get down with your boy one time. Get down with your boy.
Cut this rug with your old pop.
A little section of the rug with your boy one time.
Boy, I had him in there singing "Give the People What They Want" earlier. He was jamming too. Got to get the people. He's like, hey, I like this song.
And it's
that's some sufficient daddying going on over there.
Yeah, that's good daddy.
Hey, that's definitely some good daddy.
So I be thinking about that too, and I have a friend who He one of them folks. He white.
Just get to the point, cuz.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You doing sign languages. Come on,
You know what I'm
cuz.
saying? I forgot. You know, not everybody watch it, but so.
Well, Bobby been on one, dog. You need to go to sleep, dog.
I know.
This nigga be on one all
I'm so
night,
tired,
dog.
bro. So tired. But no,
This nigga delirious.
he actually, that was part of his plan, like for him and his wife, before they just built their last house, was to make sure that they had enough land to build a carriage house in the back. And he knew that was the reason. Like, he always knew that he was going to invite his parents to come and stay.
Yeah.
And then his dad got sick and his dad passed, and it was like serendipity almost to where, not that his dad passed, but like, it was like right as he was finishing it, you know, his parents got to see it, and his dad passed, and then his mom, you know, moved into that. And so it's perfect. Like, it sits
like a movie.
It sits in the back of his house. He got his own backyard, but they got the little carriage house in the back where she got her own private entry where she can come and go as she please. Yeah. And I was like, you know, and that sounds all good in theory, and I would enjoy doing that. You know, to be able to provide that space for like my parents. I just don't see it now. Like, if my mama wanted to come live behind my house now, I'd be like,
no.
No. Carry your ass out.
Ooh, Jesus.
I pull in the garage, close the garage.
I pull in, act like I don't see her. You know what? Let me go see if Kenitra got some space. We build a carriage house behind her house. You know what I mean? Like, let me see what's going on here. All these kids you got, you want a carriage house behind her? But, you know, as I get older, it'll probably be one of those things where I'll be like, all right, come on, mama, let me put something behind the house. But yeah, right now, nah. Yeah. But she's actually coming to visit for about a week and a half, so I'm excited for that.
That's tight, man.
That'd be good. Give her a little outlet, a little time to breathe for a second.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on. So. But okay. Before we get into, you know, the world stuff, I want to ask this question. This is centered more around like graduation of high school, post high school. No one thing known in the Black community, especially if you're raised by a single mother. When you turn 18, you gotta get out. You gotta get out, or you better go to school. Like, that's the thing.
Or the military,
right? Me and my wife had this conversation, and I ain't gonna share mine. I want to hear y'all thoughts about it. What do you feel are the steps for your kids, or what would you how I'm trying to figure out how I want to word it. What would you say to them as they're graduating high school and about to enter what we would call the real world?
I'm gonna tell them what my uncle told me. He told me this when I was like 23 years old. I'll give him this little tidbit that always stuck with me. And it's plan your work and work your plan. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that looks like, whether it's going to school, you got your business plan. I don't know what my son gonna tap into to get old. He might be an entrepreneur. He might not. He might be the school nerd. School might be with him. You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely tell him, like, just plan it all out and follow it to a T. You know what I'm saying? And you got us as a backup plan. I think the Black community is the only community that does that. Where it's like 18 years old, you gotta, you know, get it all together or get out. You know what I'm saying? And my mom would, like, she didn't do that to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't move out. I moved out finally when I was 23, I think, or 24, and came back to our house twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fell on hard times when I was like 26 or 27, and then recently before we moved into this house. So
yeah,
I was always able to go back, but it's we need to get away from that. But that'll be what I would tell them, like, man, plan your work your plan. If you need us, we got you. Advice, guidance. I've been there before. Whatever it looks like, you know, I got them. So that's what I would tell them.
Yeah. And so I think I got strong feelings about this topic, so I'm glad you asked, right? So, you know, for me, I had this idea that as soon as I left the house, I'm never coming back. Which, I mean, and part of that came from, like, you know, you become a man before you become a man. You know, you're
Right.
the oldest. All of these
Right.
different things. You got to set the example. All these different flawed ideologies, right? I think in the Black community, a lot of times that we tell our kids, you know, you need to get out and you need to go do something, but we haven't set them up for success in whatever it is that we're trying to do, right? So, and that's part of, you know, the parenting that we need to do in this generation is just like set them up for success and then say, hey, it's time to spread your wings. Here are your options. You know, you go off and do something productive, whether it's school, trade school, start your own business. If you want to get out there on your own, you have the resources and your parents to support you. You know, I don't care what you do. If you want to go and start your own business and you strike out hard and you need to come back home to the crib, cool.
You tried something.
Exactly. I'm okay with that because you are trying, you are attempting something. Mm-hmm. But, bro, you ain't going to be laying up on my couch and not trying nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's important. You know, if I feel like my sons have the tools, then I'm going to press that heavy. Like, you have the tools, you've been prepared. Go out there and do something. I'm going to push.
A savings plan. We got to the 529 because the 529 don't mean you got to go use it for school. You know what I'm saying? So
you can use it for trade school if you want.
Yeah, we got you set up either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the conversation was brought up for us because we have mixed feelings about school in general because that's the first thing we think about. You know, military is for certain people. Mm-hmm. You know, so either somebody needs that structure or somebody just truly enjoys giving back to the country that they love. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That I firmly believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe those are the two main reasons why people join the military. You know, they join because they really, truly need some structure. You know, my wife's uncle, he was in the military, in the Marines for 30-something years. And when he chose to go, I want to say back in the 70s, he needed it. You know what I'm saying? And it turned him into an awesome man. You know what I'm saying? This guy's retired Master Gunner Sergeant. You know, he was that guy in the Marines, you know. But I believe before that, he was, you know, from the stories that, you know, I was told, it wasn't, you know, the best thing for him to be living out in the world, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I think school for me is one of those things where, you know, coming from my family, my cousin was the first one to go to college that I knew. My uncle, I knew he went to college, but I wasn't around him that much. He graduated from HBCU, Tennessee State, pledged, was in a fraternity, you know, super smart guy, you know, engineering degree. Like, I didn't know all that as I was coming out of high school, so I wasn't around that to understand the logistics behind it. All I knew was to go to school, you know, but you don't know nothing about loans, you don't know nothing about grants, you don't understand the difference, you know. And then you come back home with this degree and a pile of debt. You know what I'm saying? And it's still you on your own. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out a way to navigate all that. So my mindset has always been, I want to set my son up for success so that he's not out there in the world trying to figure it out. Also by being not financially stable.
Trying to tip everything in his favor.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something like stilts, so to speak. Like, that's the way I like to look at it. Like, I'm gonna give you something to stand on, but you gotta walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta be a twofold. I can't give you something to stand on and then you just standing still.
Right.
You know, so if you choose to go to school, to trade school, military, whatever the circumstance is, you know, and if you, like you said, fall on hard times, got to come back home, I'm going to welcome you with open arms. You know what I'm saying? Now, having a daughter, my mindset, I don't know what we're having on our second child yet. I might change. It might be different. Like, I truly don't know, man, because I feel like as a man, I've always felt like this. And I tell you guys my story on why I chose to propose to my wife when I did. I always felt like a man is a leader. And in order for you to lead, you have to have something that you can provide. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be. I was living with my mom when we were dating because I fell on hard times after college. I had to come back home, struggling to find a job, barely making ends meet. Finally got a job where I was making good money. I said, I'm going to propose, but I got to get out of my mom's house. That was my mindset, for real. Because I'm not going to propose while being in my mom's house. We get married. Where are we going? I wanted to at least have a place that I could say, whatever happens, you can always come with me because I'm your husband. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's
And
right.
that was just my mindset. I need to have something to say, this is mine, whether it be an apartment, a house, whatever. I didn't care. But I needed to have something that say, hey, this is mine, you can come here. You know what I'm saying? Like you shelter is here. You know what I mean? Like that was
That's
like my
right.
mind was like,
What? That's sexy.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but it made me feel like, okay, I'm making quote unquote man moves. You know what I'm saying? And it's steps to it, it's levels to it. I didn't want to propose to my girlfriend living in my mama's house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can do this for you while you come stay in my old room.
We got the twin.
My high school posters still hanging up and my trophies and all that. Nah, man. I was like,
don't touch my PlayStation, baby. Don't touch my PlayStation.
Like, nah, bro. So
let me ask y'all this. So let me ask y'all this. Real quick, because I want to continue with this conversation, but real quick, you brought up something I want to ask y'all opinion on. Is let's say you propose to your wife and their parents have like investment properties and they say, hey, when y'all get married, y'all can stay in this house. How does that make you feel a certain way? Or you be like, yeah, I'm gonna go stay in the house.
I'm gonna go stay over there.
I'm gonna go stay in the house.
You goddamn right.
I think people, men, I don't know what it is about us and the ego.
Yeah.
Our ego is super fragile, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you put me in a position, it ain't like this is the end all be all. This ain't the forever home. But if you got to set up to where we can, if the house paid off and all we got to do is stack bread up, and we got somewhere serviceable to stay.
What?
Sign me up, bro.
Sign me up, bro.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, I have zero problem with that.
Listen, my biggest thing when we got married, or right before we got married, listen, we signed our lease. We got married on a Sunday. We signed our lease on that Thursday before we got married for an apartment. We had signed another lease for another apartment. People don't know this. We signed another lease. My wife hated that apartment. I had to get up out of that thing. I signed it 2 weeks before the wedding. And I was like, dang, I got 3 days. She went over there. She was like, her face was, they making that pout face. I was like, oh, man, I thought you liked it after we checked out, the model.
Where was this at?
It was out 1960 Cutting. The apartment was nice to me.
Oh, and well, in Cutting? Oh, that ain't bad.
The apartments was also brand new, bro. They was probably 2 or 3 years old.
I thought you was gonna say 1960 in Kirkendall. I'm like, oh well.
But here's the crazy thing. The apartment we lived in was out 1960 in TC Juster, right by that Walmart.
Yeah. That's still not that bad though, bro.
But Northgate Oaks was nice. It was a nice apartment. So
you over there by the neighborhood too. So that's
good. But still, like it was. To answer your question, like as long as my wife was comfortable, if she liked the investment property that her parents have, we in there.
Exactly.
Like, I can care less where we stay. As long as she good, I'm good. It don't matter to me like that. Like I'm not picky like that, and I'm not too prideful to say that's my people stuff.
Right.
You know, like we because acting.
Eventually, it's gonna be passed down to her. Or, you know what I mean? Like I know my wife's the only child, so all of my wife's parents' assets is eventually gonna go to either her or our kids. So I ain't gotta touch it. I ain't gotta do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? If she get them and she say, "Oh, I want to keep them," cool. If you want to pass them down to the kids, cool. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure that I provide something for them too, so I have options. But that's what I was talking about. Resources, you know what I mean? Like giving our kids resources and options, man, because they can say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna leverage this house, sell it, and use that money to start my business." And they end up with an Amazon type business because they just that first $200K. So I mean, that's how I feel. And me coming from higher education, working in higher education, being the dean, I see it for what it is. So if my kids come to me and say, I don't want to go to school, I'm gonna say, okay, well, what you want to do?
What you want to do?
Exactly.
Let's talk about the next steps, because that's another thing when it comes to parenting, being a father. Know your kids. Some kids might need a 9 to 5. So not all kids are entrepreneurs. Their space, their level, their intuition is not up all the time. They need some structure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they need
So
structure.
thinking like that, you have to really get to know your kid. Like, if they telling you they want to do X, Y, and Z, like for example, if my son was not athletic, I would have to let him know, son.
This ain't for you. It's not it, bro.
Leave this alone. Okay?
Man, it depends now. Now, if you talking about I want to make a living out of it, no.
Oh yeah, listen.
Now, if you just want to get out there, have fun, run around, say, bro, you might not be that good. I wasn't the athlete like that. You know what I'm saying? I just was running around. I was in the best shape of my life. You feel me?
Before I start investing,
we're gonna see where you at for real. But you know,
because I'm starting to feel good about this tennis, boy. Especially after this last practice, they was hitting it back and forth. Yeah, and so I was like,
oh, he's a lot. He had a little rhythm.
Yeah. They had a little, a little rally going. I'll post a video later. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's a lot of progress, coach. And all of his sons all play, college tennis. So he knows how to coach them up. And I'm like, okay,
bro.
I may go get a good racket right now because Caleb knows. He hits him. He was like, all right, ready position. Caleb's here. He was like, all right, forehand. He goes here. All right, backhand. And Caleb goes here. I'm like,
oh.
Yeah, move your feet, and he's hitting it. He's volleying. I was like, man,
that's real good, bro.
Yeah, so
I love that for him,
bro. I love it too. My eyes are sweating a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Boy, you just got soft in your old age.
Boy, I done got super soft. Every little thing.
Good Lord. I feel you on that though, bro, because like I take my son out in this courtyard and it's 8, 9, and 10-year-olds coming over here. They ain't never swung a baseball bat. I'm throwing them underhand pitches. They ain't missing. And my son, like, let me tell you how to
swing, batter.
Literally, I toss him underhand pitch. My son hit that thing to the other building, bro. I'm talking about hit the air. I was like, okay, son, we're gonna put it down. Let the other kids get it.
Yeah, we can't have
now you're throwing out now.
Yeah. I let him drag his nuts a little bit. Hit it one more time.
That's what he did.
Chauvin not a fluke.
He shrugged them shoulders. See that? See?
Yeah.
I showed him. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
And walk off.
Yeah. That's him. You know how he
get yours off, dog.
Yeah,
I support that.
He did try around the bases like a home run trot. I said, look at him. He think he's somebody.
I let him get it off, dog.
Get it off. Get your shit off.
For real.
That's all into parenting. And for me, the ultimate goal is scholarship. The 1% is the anomaly. You know what I'm saying? If you get to that level, then hey, you blessed. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
The ultimate goal for me is scholarship. You get that, hey. It ain't got to be in sport, just academics, whatever. You get your scholarship, man. That's you doing something. That's something. For sure, man. But let's go pivot to the world and what's going on out here, man. We had the trial, man.
Whatever they say he did
that shit.
So, what are y'all thoughts on the verdict, the case, and even post trial? Because we still got some things that got to be settled out, man.
I didn't follow the case at all. I did that with the Trayvon Martin case, and I just wasn't finna drag myself through that hell again. I wasn't finna, get myself angry with them trying to figure out what took place for him to die when we all watched the video. So I didn't watch the case. I just so happened to be in the living room, and I think I might have been watching ESPN or something I was watching. It was like, about to read the verdict off. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me see it. You know what I'm saying? And that whole time I'm watching them talk and they talking, and I'm like, okay, man, let's get to why we came here. You know what I'm saying?
It's so casual, kind of really upsetting.
Right, bro. So
a little emphasis on guilty.
You feel it? But the judge is calling out
guilty.
And so me and John was talking about this off air earlier, and I truly thought they were like the lesser charges one is 10 years. I think it's 2nd degree manslaughter. I thought that was the one they was gonna get him on. So they read out the heaviest one, guilty. And I'm like, now mind you, leading up to this point, my stomach is
And
at
nods.
my feet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, because
Right.
we seen this before, dog. We
Mhm.
know where the record skip every time with this stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. So that first one, I'm like, okay, guilty, damn. And the murderer looking like, wait a minute, y'all niggas convicted me? What?
Y'all see I'm white, right?
I'm white, and his eyes got big under that disposable mask. I'm like, yeah, that boy, he's shitting some bricks right now. And that second one, guilty. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Third, guilty. What? And then they revoked the old boy bail, and he snapped his head around like, y'all talking about me? I gotta go to jail. Dog, I felt so much relief, man. Like we've never, like as far as like a slam dunk case like this, we haven't seen that, right? So like when it happened, like I immediately thought about his family, you know, his girlfriend, because they, you know, all in the face or whatever. Like they get to start the healing process, so to speak, because we still have a lost life. You know what I'm saying? Like we cannot lose sight of that. Like we've seen some accountability, and I hope, you know, it starts and continues on because we got another case. So I know they probably over there, they booty holed and tightened up for sure. You know what I'm saying? In some of these cases, the one that's you know up the road. So I I had some relief there, but it's a damn shame that open and shut case like this, and my stomach was still like not enough.
Exactly.
He might go home. You know what I'm saying?
The amount of anxiety that it gives you.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Because we've seen it so many times where it's been open and shut, but they didn't shut it the way it was supposed to be shut.
Yeah.
And you know, as soon as this happens, we celebrating, but then, you know, we go back to a 15-year-old girl getting shot by police. Like,
Right
people trying
before
to
the verdict.
and people are trying to justify saying that, oh, she had a knife. Bro, you know how many times I done seen white boy with AK-47 just walking around and getting arrested, Dylan Roof being escorted to Burger King, like all of these different things that's happening. You worried about a little girl with a knife, bro?
Yeah.
And you gonna shoot her
right
in the chest?
So fast too, bro. I was like, God, dog, like
there was no attempt to de-escalate.
Like, where's the like the training when it comes to like hot situations? Because that's not the only hot situation that dude gonna ever go through if he continues to be an officer.
I swear.
Bro. To pulling the gun and blasting 4 bullets through
I
something.
saw a post say, your scary ass shouldn't have been a cop. Like, bro,
I had shared that, yeah.
It's so crazy because when we think about like what it takes to be a police officer, like no disrespect to all of the good police officers out there, but a high school diploma or GED, you go to the police academy.
Yeah,
and then
that's it, bro.
You out there on the street, right?
Like, that's it, bro.
Like,
they don't have to stay in shape. Look at the
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, holy moly donut shop. Come on.
We talk about people that are supposed to protect and serve, who are supposed to uphold the law, when a good majority of them don't even know the law. Right? They know their specific like things that they they're ace in the holes, things that they're well versed on, which very, very limited. And so they'll attack people based on those because they're very familiar with that, but they don't know the whole entire scope of the law, right?
Yeah, they know just enough of the basic person.
Exactly.
Just more than enough of the basic person, bro. That's
exactly. You have people in the military. What the military is, their whole goal is to de-escalate situations, right? They can go in there and there's people shooting at them and they still not shooting people dead if their goal is to de-escalate the situation, right? So you have these cops that are trigger happy, that pull triggers first and don't ask no questions. And granted, there's some good cops out there that do their job and do it well. But there's a good amount that we've seen, even to this day. Like there's been over 300 police shootings this year. And we in not even in May, like been over 300 police shootings, and you be like, oh, that's just one bad apple. Okay, well, if a pilot go crash a plane, you know what I mean? You can't have a whole bunch of bad apples. If 5 pilots crash 5 planes, the whole system is revamped, right?
Oh, sure.
Because we gotta fix this. We gotta fix what's going on. If 5 surgeons perform a procedure and it kills 10 people. Now, okay, well, we got to revamp that procedure. But you seeing time and time again for years and years, all the way back, you know, from time we can remember, from let's just say Rodney King on 94 on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like just think of how many times where we've seen on camera where the situation should have been like, oh yeah, they did that. That was wrong. They should go to jail for that.
Right.
And it hasn't.
Yeah, bro. It's I go back to like watching the guilty verdict, going back to that. I'm sitting there looking at him, and all I could think about was when Victor Sweet got set up in Four Brothers. And he looked around.
That's what he looked at.
I told Fowler and his pals all about this meeting. We all go down murder. And Derek looked like the cavalry was coming, and they never showed up, bro.
Boy, he just
that boy Chauvin had it. He had that Denzel in Training Day look for sure.
I'm putting
y'all think y'all can do that to me?
Bitches.
All you.
Yeah, he the look of on his face of concern, like, I know y'all not talking about this. The same case. This the same case. This the verdict for this case. This what y'all talking about?
Here's what I would love to see, because the other two officers are about to go on trial too. I would love to see no plea, because you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for him to actually.
Yeah, what is it? No low contender, something like that.
No contender.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
can't remember it off the top of my head.
I know low is the first part, but yeah.
I just don't want them to even be able to skate out the back door, because you know, if they go to trial, they're gonna be guilty too.
If they got the big fish, come on, bro. They booty holes is clenched, boy, tight.
Bro, yeah.
I'm talking about can't nothing go out or in. You feel me? They are on edge.
They nervous. They got that Hank Hill right now. Hank Hill.
Yeah, bro.
That booty like, clenched, boy.
But just to like put it in perspective on how all of us black people felt before the verdict, like that's the bigger thing right now, bro. Like people aren't talking about is the fact that we still, even with everything that happened to George Floyd, we still felt like they was gonna get off, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we've seen 3 guilties on one man, we still feel like the next person could still get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
or they give him a life sentence.
By her having a knife, they gonna justify that for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, you literally gotta be handcuffed with a knee on your neck for us to get a guilty verdict.
Yeah. Everything else, like I said earlier, it gotta be a slam dunk. If it ain't a slam dunk, these cops is walking, dog.
They walking, bro. And that's the scary part about it is we still have that fear inside of us. And I text y'all earlier this week, like most people should have a fear of, dogs, cats, birds, spiders, whatever. Not a fear of getting pulled over by the cop.
Straight up.
And that's a fear of mine. Like I pray I never get pulled over another day in my life, bro.
Straight up.
Like ever, dog. Like because I really don't know like what I'm
same
like,
anxiety.
Feel, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be just, especially at nighttime, I'm gonna be like, oh man.
Yeah.
And
my wife be like, why are you driving like Miss Days? Like you drive Miss Days.
Exactly.
I just told my wife that before
we trying to get home, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, sometimes I might have had me a little margarita or two. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
I'm trying to get back to the crib.
Like, sober or not, like, Whitley has a lead foot. And even when she's riding.
I think all women, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, because we have this different perspective, right? Like, they got the lead foot. Me and Whitley was in 2 different cars trolling each other going somewhere one day, and she was just zooming. And I'm like, I'm not zooming. Like,
I'll get there. I know where it's at, too.
Exactly, right? And even when she's riding in the car with me, she's like, why are you driving so slow? You know what I mean? Like, I'm maybe doing 5, maybe 10 over the speed limit. That's it, right?
That's it, bro.
Because I know, even in the back of my head, like, I know that I don't have that privilege. Because if a cop stop me, if I'm going 5 miles and you going 5 miles over the speed limit, they looking for a reason, bro. You see this black man in this nice car? Man, come on now. I don't need them problems. And even still, like if I'm riding by myself, bro, if I see a cop, even if it's not near me, I see a cop, I already be planning them to like who I'm gonna FaceTime if I get pulled up.
Yeah.
Like I plan it. Yep.
All of that. Like all of that. That's what we thinking about.
All these
all while trying
contingencies, dog.
to stay focused on not hitting the car in front of you.
Exactly.
But you still got to drive.
Let me turn my music down a little bit for this cop see me. You know what I'm saying? Like he hear the music. But you know what's crazy? It was a meme going around Instagram. It was like, you know, if life or death was on the line and you had to call one friend and they had to pick up or you die, who would it be, right? And yes, it's a joke, it's a meme, but like, what if we get into one of those situations where a cop, you know, this cop could have had a bad day. He got a vendetta, and that when I'm planning out this FaceTime, who I'm gonna call could actually be life or death. We don't know that. You know what I mean? It's easy to say, oh man, that's such a far off thought, but
shit, not for us.
No, man. Like I really need to know. That's why a lot of times when I call my friends, I just FaceTime. Like that's a new norm for me. I just FaceTime all my friends. One, because I want to see y'all faces. Two, to normalize it. So like, it's not like no offhanded, they FaceTiming me type of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
FaceTime me.
That's a good point.
I think about it, bro. I hear you on that. The only time, man, I think about that too, bro. I really try my best to answer every call, bro.
Same.
I try my best. The only time I don't answer is in like a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at work, hold on, cuz. Hey, what you need? Oh, he ain't talking about that. He just asked me what I'm doing. Let me hit you right back, bro. I'm at work. I'm with a customer.
Look, man, that is a fear of mine. Like everybody know, like if the life is on the line for my money, who I'm finna call, they finna call me. Boy, I don't miss no phone calls, dog. I got that real irrational fear of I might be the one to either, to relay a message real quick, you know what I'm saying? Or I can point you to the right direction or something real quick. So I answer everything.
That boy do not miss no phone calls.
Yeah. I try
I'm calling you right back if I do. You know what I'm saying?
So any one of my friends out there, if y'all listening, if you get a 911 text and I call you right after, pick that shit up.
Please.
Pick that shit up, boy.
Pick that thing up, man. Hey, getting pulled over thing really be getting to me, bro. I just be riding thinking like, bro, I cannot get pulled over now. Like that's a done deal for me, bro. Like
I got pulled over last year. This is when we're dealing with the procedure or whatever. And I'm flying, getting to the medical center. You know what I'm saying? And a black cop pulled me over. And he ain't asked no questions, license registration. That boy wrote me a ticket so fast. I didn't even get to say my name because here you go. What he wrote that ticket and it was gone. Like I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Black dude, he gave me my ticket. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting that bad boy, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But that black dude gave me my ticket, man, and he went on about his business, dog. That's all you can ask for. Let's get this interaction over with.
I can appreciate that.
He ain't say, that's the only thing he said. License registration. Have a good day. That's it.
Like you already knew.
Thank you, sir. That's a win. A ticket is a win.
I was mad as hell, but
yeah, you gonna be mad when you drive off, but your life is still intact. So thank you, sir. Stupid mother.
Yeah. I was tight that whole day, boy. Because I don't speed like that. You know what I'm saying? I speed out of necessity. And that one time,
in that one moment,
because I slid so many times speeding, bro. And I got that big truck, so I open that Dodge up, boy, and I be, you know what I'm saying? One time,
not me. I'm paranoid.
I have never gotten a pass. Every time I got pulled over, I got a ticket. Every time.
Well, you're a little trash.
Over 22.
I bet you ain't never gambled a day in your life, nigga.
You better start cheesing that, folks. He was like, hey, how you doing? You looking nice.
His disposition just already like, nigga, what you pull me over for? You know what I'm saying? What you pull me over for? That's some bullshit.
Listen,
I done beat 2 tickets because they was in the middle of nowhere. By fighting them. But other than that, bro, I done took aggressive level defensive driving level 3 courses, bro. Yeah. I had a 2-day course, live in action course. I had to drive from Houston back to San Antonio to take a 2-day course. Had to rent a hotel, everything, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. That boy got them perks on his record.
Yeah,
My
boy, they
grandson
probably gone now. That
hurts.
was some years ago. I haven't got a ticket in a long time.
That online defensive driving course, dog.
Oh my goodness.
My God, dog. And look,
If you want to go to sleep.
if you want to go to sleep, that's the one for you. That is, look, audio ambient, dog. You know what I'm saying? It'll have you out of here. You feel me? I ain't slept in days. You just take that defensive course,
Hey,
you are out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta stay on each page for the allotted amount of time. So if you gotta be on the page for 15 minutes, you're gonna be on that page for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Whether you read the material fast or not.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
trust me, I know.
whew, it's trash.
I don't have the patience for that.
Oh, you don't have a choice. What you gonna do? Just pay the ticket? Because that's the only other alternative.
I can't let that happen because that car insurance goes.
It's not going to go up. Now, if you take that course, it's going to take it down. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's some incentive in it. You know what I'm saying?
I've taken 5 defensive driving courses. So
I've taken 2. That's all I need to take.
I'm only taking 1.
I'm gonna give me a ticket. I already know every time
you don't
I
want
get
that.
I'm gonna give one.
You don't want none of that smoke, dog.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna just keep driving like Miss Daisy.
That's me 90 times. Ooh, what?
Snowfall.
Child.
As usual, this your disclaimer. If you ain't watched it, sign
Get
off.
the fuck out. Anybody want to get murdered?
Do something to make me feel good.
That was perfect. Oh man.
Yeah, that is perfect.
But I'll go first. Franklin did. I thought he was gonna take that hard line and tell Reed, you know what? Go ahead, get him out of here. But once they led with that flashback and Calvin with that weak lamb chop on his face and this cane and this cane on his head, I said, man, Franklin not about to kill his daddy this episode. Like, cause you wouldn't have that flashback like that. You know what I'm saying? And man, we got to the end of it, man. Like, I think let's have a going outside award. And the going outside award is going to Scully, bro. Because we said he was gonna do numbers this season, dog. Steph been whooping everybody ass, and I thought that's what Scully was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And Scully went outside, bro. He tore his ACL and he died. You know what I'm saying? Dog, it's like
he got at least 2 bodies, bro.
Dog. The way season 3 led into this, I'm like, ooh, Scully about to do something.
Taking somebody,
bro.
Scully was set up like Derrick Rose in rookie year, right?
Look, MVP season, dog. Before the knee tear.
Before the knee.
Look, dog, I'm like,
then he tore his knee.
He tore it. Yeah,
he ain't been the same since.
He turned the Penny Hardaway, dog.
Grant Hill in his finest, dog. Like, what happened?
Grant Hill, dog, after the knee tear. Like, man. So he went outside. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all stuff out because I got something on the other end that me and my wife had brought to our attention. So I'll let y'all get y'all piece off real quick.
Let me say this: none of our predictions came true.
No.
And I feel like if any one of ours came true, it would have been a better series or a better ending or a better whatever what we actually saw. Okay? Here's my problem. For 2 seasons, you gave me Man Boy and Scully these true killers. Now, they was killing their own people.
And cerebral, too. Like, Man Boy was cerebral with his.
People make, like, the way they positioned Scully before he even came on the screen. And when I seen him, I say, bro, this is the perfect character for Scully.
Right.
This guy's amazing for this.
Right.
And I said, this dude is going to kill somebody. That's exactly what I thought the first time I seen him.
He did kill somebody now.
Well, I mean a big guy. Like, I'm thinking.
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
He going to kill somebody important.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm like, he's going to take it to somebody. Because somebody's going to cross him and he's going to get him. And the fact that he laid down in the hospital, he didn't even fire a bullet at him, bro. I said, oh.
Got talked down and died.
that hanging that man on that cross was his death too.
Right.
That was when Scully died, bro.
That was his grand opening and grand closing, dog.
Bro, when he did that, I said, "Oh my goodness, Scully is that dude." In the next episode, he was worried about it. I said, "We did, bro."
Yeah, this over with.
Yeah.
Shaquille Sunflower, dog. Scully Sunflower, you feel me?
Man, my I really gotta speak to Damson Idris, amazing acting. So
yeah, for sure.
Man, just so very subtle. It's really good. So
that boy good.
That boy good, right? But I want to tell you, my second favorite, I really enjoyed watching Jerome.
Yeah.
And I really like the character that like his character progression to
his arc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his arc is really one of my favorites, bro. Like to the point to where he is now. Like I'm I relate to him a lot. Not like, oh, I followed that same path, but like I can feel his energy whenever he's on the screen, bro.
Right.
And so I really appreciate his arc, and I can't wait to see where that goes next season. I think I'm more anticipating that whole little storyline more than anything, to be honest.
Because to put them on a crash course.
It wasn't a shock that they asked for their own quote unquote route or whatever, because he was his own man before they even got into this with the weed gang.
Yeah, because Franklin came to him.
Exactly. So he's probably the one consistent throughout all of the seasons that stayed the same and never really changed. He had a moment or two where it was like, okay, he kind of getting a little soft. And then he came back too. I was like, okay. Yeah. Loyalty, especially with the older heads in the hood, that's who he is, bro. He played that role to the T, dog. And that's what made me fall in love with his character and like want to see him on the screen more. I hated that we waited to the last scene of the season for Franklin to get rid of this cane.
I'm like, bro, you could do this the whole time?
Well, why not do that in episode 5 or 6? You know what I'm saying?
I okay.
I know why they did it. But it's still corny. All right, so it's almost like symbolic, right? So
what is it symbolic of?
Like the same, it's like season finale. Okay, he's been hurt, damaged this whole season. Everything that he's been doing has just been like he's been on the defensive the whole season, right? And so now it's almost like foreshadowing. Like he goes back to the same person that put him on the cane, and he's like taking his power back. Like, all right, I'm back on my shit now. It's corny, but I get it. It's some movie shit. You know what I mean?
Right. They wrote it. To me, I felt like they wrote it too long because I wanted to see him battle some stuff back healthy and whole. He went down to go see the girl and say a couple words and then let her know like he the man again. And that was
flew all the way to Odessa, Texas.
I was like, she's not coming.
How implausible is that?
You tying up that loose end?
Bro, you flew all the way there for that?
Yeah. You had much heavy hitters that you already done offed already.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're going with it. Okay.
You could have sent pieces on that mission. This what you was on for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get her from behind, call it a day, move on.
Season 5. Like, you know, this is the last remaining loose end, you know. But real quick before I get out this other little piece, let me go back to Scully going outside. Scully got the news that his little girl got gunned down.
Yeah.
Wanted no smoke.
Mm-hmm.
His old lady got killed, and then he wanted to stand up. I'm like, bro, what is smoke was that when your baby got killed, dog?
Bruh, nigga, I would have been burning down every building in the city.
You know what I'm saying? Jam and Jerome wasn't playing by Louis, dog. And was about that for real. Yeah. Scully get out here, you get talked down, then you die. Like, man, anyway, so, okay. So, we all know Sissy was like, Reed, Teddy, don't shoot my baby. I'll take him. We gonna go to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? They go, they on the runway, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, the plane gonna blow up. Something's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They get on Sissy get on first. She looked back at Franklin. She nodded at Franklin. Franklin nodded at her. You know what I'm saying? Off to Cuba we go, right?
Mm-hmm.
They finna live their happy life. And so,
I knew that was a setup.
listen, Tiana called me, and she was like, a coworker had told her this, that Sissy and Reed, or Sissy and Franklin co-opted that to get him set up. Because like I said before, Sissy not gonna leave Franklin, not behind him.
Nah.
Because he was the one that left us out here to draw the first time anyway. So do y'all think it was possible that Franklin and Sissy set that up the whole time to have him offed?
I mean, it's possible. That's a story for season 5.
Well, I think that nod right there was almost like, yeah, we got to get rid of him type of thing. Like, I'll be back.
Flashback happening in season 5 where they might have talked about that to coerce him into that, because what woman that ain't about that life gonna jump in between a CIA agent and a Black Panther, former Black Panther with a gun? It was like,
Yeah.
and the CIA agent was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
no, bro, no. They said that man up, dog.
I was like, no, I know Reed is not gonna kill Sissy. So, like, as soon as I saw that I was like, oh yeah, they setting him up.
Yeah.
And as soon as the scene popped up, it's like, I'm gonna go to the market. I was like, So for this guy,
it didn't even cross my mind in the moment, dog.
She was too damn happy too, and you could see it. He'd be like, "I'm just gonna go to that cute little market we passed." I was like, "That's a wrap for you, Playboy."
I knew he was gonna go.
Waking up too. He living the life in Cuba.
I'm untouchable. Come on, dog. Let's not forget this man. He told you this man is a trained assassin.
Mm-hmm. You knew that.
Come on, cuz, what you thought? But in that moment, I didn't put two and two together. Like they did that, or as a trio, like coming together to get him out of here. I didn't even think about that. And she told me that this morning. I was like, I'm like Weebay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what? So yeah, man. So season 5, like, it got to be the last season because I ain't gonna lie, if I had to grade it, I'm really gonna give it like a B-, C+. Like, it was some mid to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was buttoned up too smooth. Like, it's just, I don't know what season 5 gonna look like. And it's
and I think part of that was because they thought this was gonna be the last season, and so it was kind of buttoned up in that way with that expectations. Because we had some like middle of the season knocking it out the park, like, God damn,
it's like
season 8
was the apex, and then it's like, all right, y'all done reached the mountaintop, so now y'all gotta come down. Like, it don't get no better than episode 8.
Episode 8, yeah, you know episode 8, and then now you gotta start tying up loose ends with 9.
Right,
that's what it was. That's the way it felt. It was like, all right, we got the shoe on. Now let's just tighten it up.
Let's tie this boy up, get the water.
Bunny ear loop. All right. Okay, we get
so
it.
I think. So who y'all think gonna be the antagonist? Because we really don't have one. Like, only thing I see is
Franklin.
Yeah, because okay. I know where I'm at with it. Go ahead and say why you feel that way.
What, you know how Jay said, if you live long enough, you see yourself start to become the bad guy? Yeah. He's about to turn into the villain.
Boy, he told Leon, no. Yeah. You work for me.
Leon, gonna keep doing what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
I hate what they did to Leon too. He just became a straight sucker, bro. Like,
well, he was in a precarious situation.
He ain't had no choice, dog.
Rocking a hard place.
I get it.
You gotta follow the line.
Everybody
had to.
So you see all these seeds being planted, right? So you see the rift coming back between him and Leon, the rift coming back between Louis and Jerome and him. Of course, the relationship between him and Reed was already rocky. So, you know, if Reed is around, then that may be an issue.
Yeah, he played his hand.
Yeah, he played his hand. So now again, he's about to go back on the offensive in season 5, but he didn't already ruffled enough feathers. So people gonna come together, and it's like, all right, it's time for Franklin to go. And that's how it's gonna be.
I would like for them to try to mix a little reality, like what happened in real life with the whole Arkansas thing, because you know there was big time drug dealers in Arkansas. I forget their names, what their names are. They were brothers. God, dog, what's their names?
I don't know.
We're gonna put in this phone real quick. Arkansas drug dealers
Oh, I got y'all.
in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta put while John is figuring that out, you gotta put some realism in there, because it's like how stuff was going, and then you get to the end, and Franklin walk out of there, they could have walked. You could have did this the whole time, bro.
Exactly, bro.
You went all the way down to Odessa for your rehab, and now all of a sudden you can walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, come on, season 5. And then, so we don't have John Singleton on season 5, obviously. Where do they go? And like, there's nothing that you can write to where you will go to a season 6. Like, this is the end, dog.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
I'm telling you what I just said.
No, what you said? Hold on, what you said, John?
Chambers brothers.
Okay.
They were big time drug dealers in the 80s, bro.
In Arkansas.
Still right now in Arkansas. And this is around the same time the story was made. It was around like the 80s or whatever. And Crack moved to Arkansas on Snowfall. So I'm like, what if they do mix the Chambers brothers in it and they kind of take it to the next level? Because you know Franklin already been talking about expanding and this and that. So if they could mix a little reality, you know, the Chambers brothers in there with the whole Arkansas thing, because they got that part set up. Yeah. Of course, they're going to have to expand on Arkansas if, you know, Jerome them get their own thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that thing plays out. But it's a lot for me to digest on this season, because they left me with nothing.
Literally nothing.
Yeah. Hey, and this is what I want to say to you, because you're watching The Wire now. When you get to Marlo Stanfield, I want you to tell me who did it better, Man Boy or Marlo. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Man Boy or Marlo. All right.
I'm gonna have to get on that, man. I haven't watched The Wire either, man. So
look, so many gems in The Wire, bro. Just
Omar came in there. Listen here, you come at the king, you best not miss. I was like, okay. I've been hearing that quote for years. You know what I'm saying? But then you finally hear it, like, oh, okay, I see what's going on.
And also, you've been seeing the meme.
He ain't said it yet. Like, so so they just now brought in my boy down there, Rollins. Like, they just introduced his character. So now Clay's in there, with Burrell, and then what's my boy name, man? The lieutenant. The lieutenant.
Damn, I just had a whole brain fart. I know you're talking about Lieutenant.
Yeah, so they was in the room or whatever. So now it's like they introducing him, because they used to seen that nigga come out, like, oh, okay, he not like that. So now we finna see, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, HBO Max, bro. So John, get on it, dog, so we can discuss.
I got that. So I'm gonna have to tune in. But before we get up out of here, man, I just want to keep encouraging all you parents out there, man. We still going through a pandemic. It's still hard trying to entertain these kids, man. Y'all stay in there and fight, man. Keep being creative, finding things to teach them, and make sure they steady learning and growing, man. These kids are a blessing, man. As frustrating as it gets sometimes, man, it's still amazing to see, you know, my son grow every day, man. I know every parent feels that way. So that's just a word of encouragement from the Black Dad Cast. Y'all listening out there, man. Y'all keep fighting that good fight through this pandemic, man. And keep working, man. Keep your kids safe and do your thing, man. So y'all got anything else before we get up out of here?
Man, we can end on that one, dog.
Hey, man, y'all hit us up on the socials, man. Any topics y'all think y'all want to hear, man. We open ears. About to almost wrap up season 2, man. Dang, we might do it, man. Season 3, we want to do some more things. We want to fly to Atlanta. Place, man.
Yeah.
We can film in my studio.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Hey. We appreciate y'all boys tuning in. Y'all ladies tuning in. And we'll see y'all on the next one, man.
It's a wrap.
Got it going on in here. Drop that off, sir. Daddy, is that you?
Open the door, son.
Just let that boy breathe.
I'm not gonna lose my race.
You know what, bro? You grown.